goons had enough of you. False friends and loose ends make me wanna fool. That we got another world tour touching every shore from Cali to Singapore.
Every day I'm seeing more in the temple as we rock up tempo instrumentals. I saw my dream in a dream, then I woke up.
With the beautiful Puget Sound just to our west, you get a look inside Lumen Field here in Seattle, Washington. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the Los Angeles Rams and the Seattle Seahawks. Get strapped in. It's just about time to get the party started. And off we go from Seattle. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Their first play from scrimmage is a pickup of 13.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Point it right. Regular.
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. That's into the hands of Jacob Harris. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. His first pass attempt of the game, Charles, and the pass rusher's right there to hit him. He delivered an accurate ball. Nice catch.
And you never want to see your quarterback getting hit, but it also sends a message to the rest of the team when he's able to take that shot and still deliver downfield. Showing a little toughness, and the team rallies around him. This could really help them on their drive.
On second and very short, Mayfield. He'll get this to Akers out of the backfield. These two teams, remember, met in Inglewood earlier in the year with the Rams coming out on top. So a win here in Seattle, tough as that may be, would give them the season sweep. They'll run on 1st down with Akers. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Mayfield to throw it. And that one complete downfield to Kupp. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. They'll get 34 yards there.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Throwing, Mayfield. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, they took the shot, didn't get it. There's definitely a difference here because they had a chance to get 7, maybe 8 if they pushed it. Instead, they'll likely settle for 3.
That opening drive, holding them to 3, psychologically, maybe a win for the defense. And Gay knocks this one through. And the Rams have the first points here. It's 3-0. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. And not much on this one. Takes it from the 21. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. Smith now to throw. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks. First carry here for Ken Walker. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Back to throw, Smith. That's complete to DK Metcalf. So the completion good for 7 there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on. And I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where...
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by David Long. And the Rams are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
He talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Mayfield looks to throw. He'll get this into the hands of Van Jefferson. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. Touchdown, L.A. Allen Robinson with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. It's a short kick taken out beyond the 20. And they finally get to him out near midfield, but he's all the way across the 45 to the 46.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. One first down, you're almost in field goal position.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it, and when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now.
Touchdown, Seahawks! Yeah, boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Yeah, this is a guy who runs with such balance and control. I mean, he went through that early contact just like he was driving over a speedboat. He's able to continue to run downfield and wind up in the end zone.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
That was awfully nice. Hit him in stride, and off he went. It was almost like the ball hitting him was like him receiving a baton, and he was running the anchor leg in a relay race.
A first down throw for Mayfield. And his throw here's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Here's a run with Akers on second down. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. 10-7 our score after one right here. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Mayfield. And able to find Higbee. It's complete. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. On the counter, this is Akers. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
First down marker at the 5. It's 2nd and goal. Going right back to Akers. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Just a gain of a yard, but it's going to set him up with a 1st and goal.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
They'll run here with Akers. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. 2nd down and goal. Mayfield. And he's got it. That's Kupp for a Ram touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football, because as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change, a quarterback, running back, tight end, it doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result.
That one taken in by Dwayne Eskridge. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. First target, first catch, and a first down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Now a play fake, and it's Smith. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down. The Seahawks at 8-8 now on the year. They were losers their last time out. Trying to get back in the win column, but obviously not an easy task here in a hostile environment.
Yeah, always tough to win away from home. But sometimes what you do is you use these types of games.
Looking for Waller, but this is intercepted. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. Well, there's a reason they call him a ball-hawking safety. It looked like he read that, Charles, and he wasn't stopping there. After he got it, he took it all the way to the house to widen their lead.
And what's interesting to me, Brandon, is that our spotter, Bruce Murray, right before that snap, pointed to his number on my play sheet. Got to see him a little bit as a ball hawk and a return man that time, didn't we? That's just the type of play they expect from him, and he delivers in a big way. Nice call, Bruce.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And not the first time that they're coming back out off of a turnover, but the last one really hurt Charles with that pick six.
And it feels like the whole team's infected right now, doesn't it? It's not just been one person. It's kind of been a group effort where the mistakes have happened. Can they put that aside, kind of start over, and put together a nice drive?
They'll send a receiver in motion left. On 2nd and 10, Smith. Got a man, it's Darren Waller. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Walker now on 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line.
He's got a man, complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. A shotgun snap for Smith. He's got it. And the Seahawks are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. Walker is not going to get back to the line of scrimmage as they'll tackle him at the 3. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Now Smith. Throw out wide to Walker. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Ken Walker with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Oh, and now they're going to fake it to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare them to do that? What was
Maybe
that?
they saw something on film, but do you see something on film when those to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hold, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They have to be pleased with the way that they moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Mayfield. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Kupp. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. A good pickup, 17 yards, and also a Rams first down. To throw, Mayfield. Complete, Jefferson the target. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. First down, Mayfield. He'll get this one to Kupp, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. They'll run a draw now with Akers.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Mayfield's throw, it's complete into the hands of Higbee. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Now Mayfield. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
Gay's kick is good. Now that will extend their lead even further. Still a little bit of time left here in the 2nd quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of the half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
So now the possession will begin at the 35 after the errant kickoff.
Well, that's certainly one way to avoid a dangerous kick returner, I suppose, but you are giving up extra yardage, that's for sure, because if you put it out of the end zone, they start at the 25, so at a minimum, you're giving up 10 yards to the offense.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll fake it. Now Smith. He's got a man, complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Smith. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half.
19 tight, 19 tight.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Smith to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, just a 32-yard attempt. Myers' kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've come to halftime. It's the visiting Rams taking the lead to the break. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the third quarter. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Drop 50, drop 50. 79 Broncos.
Now Geno. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 36. And this is caught. Touchdown. Darren Waller, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks are back within a score. The Seahawks offense staying put out on the field. They're going to go for 2. Geno's going to throw. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Not much leg here. Fields this at the 24-yard line. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a 1-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a 1-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Mayfield now. Now that'll be caught by Kupp. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. Mayfield to throw it. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. 3rd and short yardage. Mayfield. He finds Hopkins complete. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
But it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
Fourth down, Mayfield. Man open is Robinson.
We have seen big plays from both quarterbacks throughout this game, and there's another one right there. Going back and forth, almost like two excellent guitar soloists trying to top each other with each additional play.
Akers is into the end zone. Touchdown, L.A. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, well, that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
Play action. It's Smith. And incomplete on the deep ball. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by David Long. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll run out of the gun with Akers. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Robinson's got it. And they're going to work this down to about the... yard line.
A gain of 19 yards. 1st down, Rams.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing, Mayfield. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Let's give a little credit to the defense on that one. They resisted quite well. That pass fell incomplete. But this ball game for him, that's just a momentary speed bump. He's played awfully well throwing the football.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Jordan Brooks with it. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get in the field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
To throw again on second down. Smith being chased out, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Geno now to throw. Finding Walker complete. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. They get a big amount back, 18 yards, but they'll still look at a 4th down now.
Jason Myers for the Seahawks field goal. 52 yards.
Myers' kick is good, and this is back down to a 7-point game. So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the 3rd quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send a message that says, hey, we're not going away.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fields it right around the goal line. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
Meanwhile, Mayfield's throw pulled in by Atwell here. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And the result here the same as the last play. Another tackle behind the line of scrimmage by the Seahawk defense. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Robinson. Touchdown, L.A. Allen Robinson with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Rams will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead now up to 14.
27. Matt Gay to kick off for Los Angeles.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Rams are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used the calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another. Back now in Seattle, Washington. Working with 2nd and 5 now. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Alert, 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 alert. Big time drive, let's go, boys.
From just shy of midfield, Mayfield. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on first and second downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
And he'll bring this one inside the 35. 62 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. The previous run good for 9. Here's second and a yard. Mayfield looks to throw. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's first and goal. They'll go with Akers here up the middle. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Mayfield. And it's caught. Touchdown, Rams. Cam Akers with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Rams are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Throwing now is Geno. Under pressure, and they got to him again. A'Shawn Robinson. That's now back-to-back sacks, and it brings up 4th down. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
Desperation time for Smith on 4th down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Now, the offense will recover, but it won't make much difference here. This will still be a turnover on downs. So now, just like that, things change dramatically. It's 1st and goal. Here's Mayfield. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Following the fumble recovery, Smith. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's 2nd down.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him, and after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Smith. Aaron Donald picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
I remember throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed.
Ready!
his end zone. Smith on 3rd and long. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first. To throw is Smith. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Again, Smith. Got a man. It's Darren Waller. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
He'll find Eskridge here complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. One last throw here for Smith. Throw right side going to be caught by Waller. And the Seahawks are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for Los Angeles, they conclude the regular season with a final record of 11-6. And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for Seattle, they wanted desperately to finish above 500, but that will not happen as it is an 8-9 season in the end. And they can take solace in the fact that this team never quit all the way to the end.